coming to you from the Plymouth Holderness area in New Hampshire. This is Livermore Falls State Park, and there's a very interesting bridge here. From what I've read, it's the only or one of the only in existence left. Look at this weird bridge. I'll give you some history about it too. Look at this thing. I think it was nicknamed the Pumpkin Seed. So this is the, I think it's pronounced Pemigewasset River, nicknamed the Pemi. 3 adjoining towns contributed $4,100 to have this bridge built. They hired the Berlin Bridge Company out of Connecticut, not New Hampshire, because there is a Berlin, New Hampshire, but this was out of Connecticut. And I believe this is the 3rd bridge that was built here, or in this area. The 2 before that being made out of wood and either weathered away or was washed away. So obviously there was a need for a heavy-duty bridge. In fact, there are some people you can read about online that talk about remembering driving over this bridge as a child and being petrified just because of how high it is. Now, I've also read that it was about 100 feet high. Some say it's more like 80 feet to 85 feet. In any event, it's a pretty tall bridge. Probably not for the faint of heart to cross, especially in around 1959 when they closed it. To be that, to cross this on the last few days probably was somewhat treacherous. And by the way, today those same towns that pooled their money together, all say they do not own this bridge. And even the official Livermore Falls Recreation Area website says that this bridge is not owned by the state of New Hampshire. And that's a big problem to some, because a lot of people would like to see this area made into a safe tourist attraction. However, it sits in limbo because of this amazing looking ownerless bridge. I believe that the bridge, there used to be a bridge that would go over this original cut here in the rock. And then it went right over on top of this bridge, which is very strange looking. I believe they used this until the 1950s, and then when they stopped using it, they actually cut the other side. I couldn't get over there, but you can see from my drone footage where they cut the beams so they could no longer be crossed. But I think that's how it works. It's very confusing though when you look at it. Somebody forgot their shorts. Maybe they jumped and needed a clean pair. You never know. So if you follow my main channel, I don't know if it will be up yet. Probably not, but I'm doing a video of that structure right there. It was an old pulp mill or paper mill, and just some amazing history of it. So make sure you check that video out. It will be out soon if it's not already, but just check the main channel. But this is right at the base of this interesting looking trestle here. Very precariously balanced on rocks. That's pretty unbelievable. I don't think that would pass any construction standards today. When I was younger, there was an abandoned train bridge that everybody, local where I lived, people would jump off of. And I think that was maybe 35 feet. And you could climb the trestles, and then that would be maybe like 55 feet, maybe 60 feet. I only did it a couple times. Had a little liquid courage for that one. But look at the rope swing. You can just see it there. So kids swing off of that cliff, but I know they shimmy across here. I think they grab on here, which is crazy to think, and they shimmy across or somewhere. Somehow they get over there, or maybe they climb up from here and they go across. But either way, I'm not doing that. Definitely not. Not in my best years. I did see some information on this bridge where it said this underdeck twin upper and lower lenticular truss bridge built by Berlin Iron Bridge Company of East Berlin, Connecticut, may be the only surviving one of its design remaining in the U.S., nicknamed the Inverted Pumpkin Seed Bridge. There were a couple existing bridges right in this location between 1866 and 1868. That was wood that had deteriorated and it was closed. In 1869, a replacement lasted May 1884 when it was declared insufficient and out of repair. So the town of Campden, claiming its taxpayers would be excessively burdened, brought legal action against Holderness and Plymouth to get those towns to share in the cost of repairs. Then in 1886, a two-span, 263-foot-long inverted double-bowed pumpkin seed type wrought iron bridge was constructed 103 feet above the river at Livermore Falls, remaining in service until 1959 when the cast span was cut loose and allowed to drop into the gorge to prevent any further crossings. They cut pieces of it and actually collapsed it down into the gorge. That rock wall, there's a gorge on the other side. So it's kind of like hanging down there, which you can see from the drone. But that's what I read, that there's at least very few of them like this left. Very interesting place. I can't imagine crossing this river. I mean, you're 100 feet in the air. It's held up by this, which is really disconcerting. And it just looks very, I don't know. I guess I'll just say I'm happy that construction and technology have gotten better, because even in 1959, this thing is pretty interesting place. All right, I'm getting out of here. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a video every day on this trip. I don't know how long it's going to be, a couple weeks or something like that. But stay tuned, and stay tuned for that main channel video of the paper mill coming, because that is a very interesting video that I'm going to be coming out with. See you in the next video.